learning objective for this video is to describe the study of kinematics, and what we're also going to do is just analyse some very simple journeys. So kinematics, what is it? The world and everything in it moves. So even seemingly stationary things such as a roadway, they move with the Earth's rotation. The Earth orbits around the Sun, and the Sun orbits around the centre of the Milky Way galaxy. And of course, even the galaxy migrates relative to other galaxies. So kinematics is the classification, analysis and comparison of motions. What we are going to be really looking at this term is what exactly we need to measure and how do we compare it. So first thing, like I said, we're going to do is just have a little look at some really simple journeys. And by definition, a journey is the act of traveling from one place to another. And because of that definition, it has a beginning and an end. So there must be at least 2 speed changes. You got your initial speed change, where you move from stationary to attaining a speed to move away from that location, and a final speed change to come to a stop at the final destination. So what we're going to do is very quickly, I want you in your exercise books to draw up this table for me. It's a very simple one, 5 by 5, and with this information we're going to analyze some simple journeys. So pause the video now and draw that one up, and once you finish drawing that up, you can unpause it and continue watching the video. Alright, now what I want you to do is open up a internet browser, and we're going to go to Google Maps. Once it opens up for us, we're going to do a little search. I'm going to start with St. Aloysius and enter. Now it'll take us down to the location we're after. Here we go. Alright. Now we're going to click this little button down here to get directions. Then we're going to choose in our home location. For privacy reasons, I'm obviously only going to keep it to my suburb. Alright, now it gives us a whole lot of options to choose from to get to school. And obviously, based on our table, we've got a couple to do here. I'm going to start with the public transport. So I hit at the top here, this little train. And it gives me a bunch of options. I'm lucky I do have a bunch of options for public transport from my place. And my preferred option is... Alright, now I've got my my ferry option here, which is down here. So we can click on the ferry option again, or down the details, to get the details of this. So it gives me how long my walk is, 600 meters. So I'm going to have to add this up, because unfortunately it doesn't tell me how long the ferry is. It'll be the same with trains, and I know a lot of you guys get trains. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click right on the start of that ferry point, and I can click measure distance. From here now I can just do a couple of lines along the path, and it's going to add them up. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so it tells me it is 4.8 kilometers on that ferry walk. So I'm going to add that 600 to the 4.8 kilometers. Scroll down, there's another final 500 meter walk up from Milsons Point Station. So that gives me my total there. It also gives me timings for these things, and it says an approximate 40 minutes. So there's the data I need. I can also look at that and see the amount of speed changes. So obviously the ferry is going to initially pick up speed. When it turns the corner here past the Opera House, it's going to probably slow down. I know it has to slow down because it has a speed limit there in Circular Quay. Now what I want to do is go back to my options and look at the car option. The car option now, it's going to give me the specific distance, but I've got different options to go. I normally take Bradfield Highway, get my details. So I've got an 8.4 kilometre drive. It's going to take me 12 to 18 minutes. Now on this, I can now see I've got a little bit of traffic here, these little orange bits, so they're going to be definite speed changes. And I can see every time I turn a corner, I'm obviously going to slow down. So there'll be a speed change there and a speed change to increase my speed at the end. I need to think about how many traffic lights there'll be during this journey, because often there are a couple, and that's going to affect how many speed changes there are. Now, as you can see in the table, it says approximately, because obviously from day to day, those speed changes are going to change. But to finish this off, all you need to do is choose the walking, and I think it's the bicycle option as well, and it gives you all the data you need there. One more thing when you're thinking about the bicycle and the walking, if you're going uphill or downhill, you want you to think about this journey. Obviously going downhill and uphill, there's going to be definite speed changes there. So once you've analysed all those journeys, put them in to that table, you're done for this learning activity. If you do have any questions, make sure you ask the teachers.